Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Mirago. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor.
With you, if you don't follow the rules. Rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, hype, leave us a super thanks and all that. Y'all know how it goes. Anyway, I've been to Colombia about 3 times in real life, right? We're gonna talk about the first time. So it went down like this. It starts before we even go there, right? Before we go to Colombia, when Colombia shows up on the itinerary, you know, I start telling loved ones, you know, friends like, yo, where your next show at? I'm like, Colombia. Going to Colombia. Dudes is like, Colombia, South Carolina? I'm like, no, Colombia, like Bogota, Colombia. And dudes will be like, yo, you gotta be careful out there. You go Colombia? You better be careful, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I done heard stories about that, you know what I mean? You wake up and, you know what I'm saying, you go to sleep and wake up in a bathtub with ice cubes and stitches. I'm like, what? All right, whatever, right? So it was a lot of that going on. It was a lot of people, a lot of paranoia, you know, a lot of concern for me and the boys about Colombia and their alleged extracurricular activities and crimes and all of that. So, you know, that was all funny to me at first, but after you hear it multiple times, you start to say to yourself, you know, it starts to seep in, pause. You like, you know, should I be nervous for real? So when we get out there, it's Helter Skelter, it's Smith & Wesson, and I believe Buckshot, right? I'm not sure. It might have been DJ Logic that was DJing with us. So we arrive out there, we got to go through immigration and customs and all of that. So when you go, if you're familiar with that process, you know, you could be in there, it could be you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? It could be you and your, I don't know, maybe if it's you and your kid, it might be different. But other than that, it does not matter that you're traveling with a party of 2, party of 5, party of 10. Y'all not making it through that process together. Y'all gonna come out of those immigration custom offices one at a time. And so by the time I walk out, General Steele, my good brother, is already outside, right? You know, he made it through the process first. So when I get out of there, I get out of the office and I go looking for the boys or whatever, and Steele is somewhere close to the airport exit, if I remember correctly, right? When I was looking for Steele, before I seen him, when I'm trying to find, you know, wherever the homies is, I heard like a noise outside, like people. I don't know, it was like people yelling, but I couldn't really identify it. Anyway, I get outside, and now I'm here to still see this crowd. I'm like, yo, what's that right there? Still said, that's for you. I said, for me? Get out of here. Ruck out of here, you know what I'm saying? I FOH'd him. You bullshit. Nigga still said, put your hand up. And what you mean? Put your hand up. Go like this. And I'm confused. I'm wild flabbergasted. I'm like, what is this? Put my hand. Ah! Crowd goes crazy. I'm like, I go, ah! It scared me. I'm like, what the? It's too late. They on now. Like they have been activated. But they it's like they trained to go on cue. Cause like I said, by the time I got out there, so the yelling I heard before must have been them yelling for Steele or whatever, or one of the other guys. I got out there. They wasn't yelling until I put my hand up and I put it down. I don't know. I don't know if they stopped or not. But all I know is, now I'm knee-deep paused in this situation. We standing there waiting for the rest of the guys come out. I'm like, yo, what the feel like the Jackson 5 out here. Like, I ain't never been through nothing like this, right? So, finally, you know, all of our squad gets out of the customs, immigration, the airport. We all walked out. Promoters are like, you know, the promoters meet up with us. They wait, you know, they Everybody get organized, and then they take us to the car, right? To the van. Right? But we gotta go through that crowd, right? And this crowd is a crowd. This ain't no. This is like, when you in the kind of crowd where you ain't got no elbow room. So they whisk us. The promoter dudes, they grab us and They whisk us away through the crowd to the van. Like my arms are pinned at my side. Now, with all of the paranoia that people have instilled in my mind, with all you want to Colombia, ice cubes and stitches, you better be careful, baby. So it's a part of me that's terrified right now, walking through this crowd right now, because anybody could do it. Somebody could poke me in the ribs or something. Pause. I'm defenseless against this right here. And I don't know nothing. I'm just like, yo. So I'm extra on point, extra tense. Pause. We finally get, through the crowd and to the van. It's one of those vans. It's a Libyan van. Y'all know what the Libyan van is? Y'all ever seen Back to the Future? Remember Back to the Future, the van that looked like a loaf of bread? Doc was like, the Libyans! Niggas had a Libyan van. And they put us all in the Libyan van. And we sitting, this van is not flossy. It's not good. I don't think I remember good, proper rows of seating in there. I feel like we was in a kidnap van, right? But anyway, as we in the van, it's us. It's like 6 of us, and it's like 6 of them, right? But I'm confident that we don't really feel like we should be worried about these 6 dudes, because we'll knock them out. Like they don't seem problematic on the physical, level with things. Like, but so we getting familiar. We in the van. We like, what's your name? Dude said, Carlos. All right, salute to you, Carlos. What's your name? Carlos. You lying. Word, both of y'all name Carlos? All right. What's your name? Mario. What's your name? Carlos. Another Carlos? Damn, nigga, hold on a sec. 5 out of 6 of them niggas' name was Carlos. 5 out of 6 of these niggas' name was Carlos. At this point, I'm nervous again. I'm like, they lying. They're not telling the truth, B. How old these niggas named Carlos, B? I don't like it. I wasn't feeling. I'm at this point, I'm convinced this is a setup. Carlos, what? 6 of us. All of our name ain't Sean. 5 out of you will never find 5 out of 6 niggas walking with each other named Jamal. Ever. I'm like, nah, B. So, needless to say, all of that worked out. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? It was all good. Now, got to the hotel. You know what I mean? All of the nothing to see there. It was regular. I guess the hotel was nice. I don't remember no details. Whatever. I guess there was a sound check. I don't remember that. I don't remember if there actually was a sound check or any of that. But what I do remember specifically was that when we did the show, if y'all ever seen me perform, like I be on some high energy shit, you know what I'm saying? I be moving and jumping around, all kind of whatever. I'm active. I'm not a standstill rapper. And somehow, I was going crazy on stage, and my chain, like, it broke. I don't know if I wouldn't say it popped, but I don't know. Like the lock open, whatever it was, the shit, it popped and it came off my neck. Pause. And into the crowd. Shit was into the crowd, and this was problematic. We stopped the music. Hold on. I don't know. I didn't know where it went. And see, this is where I say this is another one of those examples where I feel like the energy you carry, the type of person, just the type of energy you carry with you will determine how you get treated out here in these streets, whether it's these streets or streets abroad or whatever the case may be. Because we stopped the music And we had somebody, you know, who spoke good Spanish. Let them know, because yeah, they knew all the lyrics to our songs, but they didn't understand Spanish. I mean, they didn't understand English. They just understood lyrics. So we had the promoter translator dude let them know what the situation was. We offered them money. You know what I mean? We offered them money if anybody could produce the chain. Like, I knew the chain. I knew they. I mean, like, ain't nobody take. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's in there somewhere. So as the promoter dude is, you know, he's just, you know, he's translating the message. You just see the whole crowd. They start looking down on the floor. Everybody's, you know, all concerned and this, that, and the third. And they was looking. Well, you know, I mean, it wasn't really looking. Anyway, I guess they was looking because they found it, right? It took a while. It took a long time. It took right up until the point where we was like, you know what? Never mind. Whatever, let's get back to the show, right? I was tight, but it was like, you know, the mission comes first, right? So we about to get back to the show, and then the chain just comes up. Niggas like, you just see it, nigga holding it up like fist burst through the ground, like, we was like, oh, we pulled dude on stage. We tried to give him the money. Nigga threw the money back at us. You ain't want our money. It's like, I don't want your money. My man Cook tried to give him the money back. I don't want your money. Was it Cook? Anyway, he was like, give me CD. Nigga did not want our money. He wanted the CD. And I think, and I happen to have CDs too. Like, I was selling CDs, and it's wild overseas. Like, I had already sold out of my CDs, right? I just had a couple of extra CDs that somebody gave me. There was like mixtapes, and I was on the mixtape. So I'm really just on one song on the mixtape. Nigga was like, give me those. Give me those. And then he took those out there to his peoples, and niggas came and bought the rest of the shit. It was a beautiful thing. It really let me know how blessed. I mean, I don't know if I knew in that moment. I think I did. I knew. Because rappers had already, it ain't like this is before rappers started getting robbed. Like, rappers been getting robbed since before I was in the game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as bad as it may have gotten now, but, you know, niggas was already getting robbed. And considering we was in a place where it was perceived that they would rob you for your kidneys, for me to honestly lose my chain in their possession, like, none of them, like you couldn't say they stole it. They found it. That was kind of legitimately theirs. They found it. It ain't like they stuck me up for it, picked my pocket or nothing like that. It dropped and they found it. And they gave it back. I think that's a testament to the energy you carry with you. If you carry love energy with you, then the people gonna treat you that way. I mean, not to say be ignorant and, you know, spreading love where they showing you blatant hate. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, for all of the hardcore raps that I spit, you know, niggas get slapped, clapped, or jacked and damn near in a lot of my raps, right? But the energy I carry with me is different. You know, we all come from checkered pasts, as they may say. You know, we come from the streets. We all got some, you know, a lot of us got some dirt on our, you know, on our resume. But how do we behave as adults? How do we treat people? What energy, what frequency are we putting out? You know what I'm saying? I lost my chain fair and square, and the people and they found it and gave it to me and was like, nah, I don't want your money. Give me some extra music. Meanwhile, a lot of niggas, it could have been a whole, you wouldn't have had to lose it. They would have took it from you. Because you show off. But anyway, I don't want to get all messagey about the situation. That's the story. That was my first time going to Colombia. The funny thing is this. One time I was in Brooklyn years later, and I was telling that story, right? A part of that story, or maybe the whole story. And I got to the part where we got in the Libyan van, and all of these niggas name was Carlos, and I'm like, these niggas is trying to play us. They about to kidnap us, bro, right? I'm telling this story at my homegirl Choya crib in East New York. It was like a party. They was having like a party at the crib, like it was like a barbecue or a house party or something like that. So it was a bunch, groups of people in the crib. I tell the Carlos section of the story. One of the dudes was in the crib, was Colombian, and everybody's laughing. He's like, he Colombian. I'm like, what's your name? He said, Carlos. I'm out.
I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, or Paul Pierce even, they are the truth. I'm sick and tired of you, you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute.